All right. Hello, everyone. We are back from break.
Dead.
From dead. We are back from dead.
Yes.
Oh,
Mm.
isn't that a movie? Don't bad things happen when you do that?
You don't
It'll
know
be
that.
fine. Okay. So, Demon Pitchfork, what do you two want to do with your downtime activities?
I would like to work on my long-term project.
What's your stress at, out of curiosity?
I have money. I can take more actions. um,
Good.
Okay.
oh wait, that's our rep. I was like, well, like 11. Wait, no, that's bad. See this stress? It goes up to 11. Yeah, 8. 8 is my stress right now. It's fine.
Okay. So, your long-term project.
To deep cover to expose the raccoon's weakness.
Yes. That's a good project. And it was how many ticks?
It's an 8-count clock.
Okay.
I currently have 3 of those 8 filled.
All right. So what are you doing to get further into their good graces?
So I think I show up at the what's it called? The Broken Strand?
The Broken Bank?
The Broken Bank. The Broken Bank. It was, I mean, are they still operating out of there?
They probably pop in every so often because there is like almost always something to scavenge. They also like to hit like small towns for supplies. They're kind of scummy.
Oh,
Yeah. They like
okay.
Yeah, they like to terrorize vulnerable pockets of civilians.
I see. I probably have like a point of contact with them. Like, what are they like?
Yeah, that would be the pilot of the elephant that you tricked with your fine cover identity back in the first mission.
Amazing.
Yes, and that is Denari Golian.
Okay.
And
What's Denari's deal?
he's kind of new to the raccoons. Before that, like the reason that he was in the elephant and continues to pilot it is because he has a background in shipping and so has experience with like heavy loaders basically, and has received like basic training, but like his deal is not to fight. His deal is to move stuff.
Yeah. And what does Denari look like?
So he's a dark-skinned guy. He's got long blonde dreads that have like white, pink, and pale blue beads in them, like interwoven into them.
Okay.
And kind of a like small, slight build, almost like in ways an opposite of the Avi that he pilots.
Sure. Yeah.
And so he's been really like polite to you since quote unquote meeting you. because of the fact that he almost kills you with a giant rock and then found out that you outranked him and was just from another fire team, and so he didn't know you because of that.
Yeah.
So
water under the bridge.
He's very relieved about that sentiment.
Does he drink or smoke or do anything like that?
Yeah, I think he enjoys, like, not like is a heavy drinker, but has like the odd beer after work kind of thing.
Okay, cool. I am sure there in Hollington there is someone who.
Hey, sorry, my internet cut out.
It's okay.
Uh-oh.
You're back.
Welcome back. I'm sure there is basically some sort of microbrewery equivalent in Hollington, and I think because part of my inventory and my deal is I can have fine gifts, and so I think I show up with like this, basically this really nice craft beer, whenever I'm like this, nice big bottle of craft beer.
Good.
Yeah, and so I'm just like, hey, did you hear about what happened up at Fort Jovenel?
I haven't been there in a bit, but yeah, word scuttlebutts come through that there was like some kind of attempted infiltration of the fort by like a camera crew. It's what? Like who does that? Who were they? Are they connected to Heather Passerines? Like that seems like the kind of wild bullshit she'd try and pull for ratings. But
I don't know. But from what I hear, it could have gone a lot worse than it did.
Oh? What did you hear? Sounds like you got the hot goss.
Yeah, well, I heard rumor there was some sort of explosion up that way.
Whoa. An explosion. Well, I mean, was that them putting the camera crew out of their misery?
No, I heard that's why they put the camera crew under.
Oh. Yeah, those I've only been to the fort a couple times usually, I mean, obviously, since I'm sure you're out scavenging around just like my team is. Yeah, I've only been to the fort a couple times, but those Wolfpack guys are fucking hardcore. They are honestly scary. Like from what I can tell, most of the guys, we just have like we're basically conscripts, but those people are like career military, as far as I can tell.
There's not a lot of things I would rather be doing less than tangling with the Jovangelian military.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing that you're on the same side then. Don't have that happen too much.
Yeah, not usually, no.
No, and then he sort of like has like a weird look on his face as you bring up the topic, because I think this is like common knowledge that there is like a recent regime change, like recent in like within the last 5 years there was a regime change in the Jovangelian Empire.
Sure.
So like talking about that that sort of conflict is a little like bit of a faux pas. And so like not like you're blowing your cover kind of faux pas, but like
right.
I think that he might think that he's like, it could be that he's wondering like, are you like basically secret police? Like, are you trying to fish me out? So he gives you a weird look, but like doesn't say anything about it, and like just drops the subject.
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, so I put the bottle down and I'm like, well, this isn't gonna drink itself.
Yeah, amen to that. And takes a swig of it, and you can see that he has a blue star pendant, like a small one, around his neck.
Oh.
Because to be clear, like, the church crosses faction borders. It is like the dominant religion. But
okay.
it's just that y'all are like part. It's like how there's, you know, back in like the not the Middle Ages, but like I guess sort of the Renaissance era. You know, there was like Roman Catholics all over the place, but they weren't necessarily Roman, you know?
Sure. Yeah.
So
yeah, so I think I will roll to see what happens here at this point.
yeah. Sounds good.
I feel this is consort.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, cool. Roll my 2 consort dice. A 6.
Nice. That's another 3 ticks
Amazing.
in the project clock.
Can
That's a
I?
crit. Wait, no, it wasn't. Sorry, I'm my
I wish.
screwy.
Can I spend the personnel point to make it a crit?
So spending personnel points adds additional ticks. So that would give you 4 ticks, not bumping up an effect level. I think that's what the rule is.
Yeah,
Let me check. Oh no, it is increase the result 1 level. You are correct. I am mistaken. It is not
Okay,
just
like,
an additional tick. So
do
yeah.
you need to fix that, or is it? Yeah. I will spend 1 personnel point
Yeah.
to make this a critical success.
Nicely done. So that gives you 5 ticks in your clock and completes it.
Which it does. It sure does.
Yeah.
Good work.
Well done. So
I'm gonna have to thank the people who make this beer.
yeah. So I guess that's the
Being
first.
accomplished political subterfuge.
Yeah. So what you find out, because this was deep cover to find out the weaknesses of the raccoons.
Yes.
Yeah. So you find out a couple things. The first one you find out is, as already said, the raccoons are like basically conscripts. They aren't super invested, we could say,
Yeah.
in the war effort. Especially like the rank and file. The officers are usually more career military,
Okay.
or have been in long enough to be sort of like pseudo career.
I gotcha.
The other thing is that they are scattered. Like, they basically don't they are scattered and also divided. They largely don't coordinate with each other. Their mandate is to gather supplies for the Empire and bring them back to Fort Jovinol, basically by whatever means necessary other than hitting Jovangelian citizens. So they have fire teams scattered all over the place who are following their own leads to find supplies. So
Okay.
the other thing you find out is that what you encountered in the broken bank is basically the extent of the obvies that they have access to. They're basically just apes, wolves, and elephants. They don't have like what do you call it? they don't have access to like the coyote or the rhino or even the fox, which is sort of like the fox is sort of like the upgunned ape, and they don't even have access to that.
Huh. Okay.
So yeah, that's what you find out through getting drunk with Denari.
Yeah, I think I'm here for like a while, and I think I spend maybe like a week here or something while the others are off, up in this up on the space elevator.
Our emotional baggage.
Yeah. While they're all crying, I'm maxing out my stress levels.
So I guess this is probably you're like in a work camp in the Broken Bank then with Denari's team, probably.
Yeah, that's yeah. So I'm probably like helping them like salvage and stuff like that. So.
Yeah. So you move around a fair bit. Like when I say work camp, I mean like it is a camp. Like you never stay in the same place twice for a night. There are probably nights where you can hear people moving through the Broken Bank, and it's unclear if those are proxies, apps, or a convoy moving along the Ambush Row, which is the one main road going through the Broken Bank.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and of course, like the tower, like rises above all of this, and just dominates the skyline and the sky for that matter. So, but it seems like your cover goes fine. You spend a fair bit of time drinking with the people here, and putting your back into it. So,
Fun.
and they,
Yep.
they seem like nice enough people.
Yep. Oh,
All
we're gonna
things
kill them all.
considered.
No, I mean,
Yeah. I mean,
cool.
as a sort of like point of reference, like as you learned, like each of the different fire teams of the raccoons kind of do their own thing, and this team is here like plundering rubble, which could be of like various effectiveness depending upon how lucky they get in finding like things to salvage, as opposed to like hitting border towns in the lands of the faithful, right? Or like trying to jump convoys. So
They're not the most shitheads they can.
yeah. Okay. Do you want to cut loose now, or do you want to think about what you want to do next, and I could go over to Pitchfork?
Go ahead and go over to Pitchfork. I'm gonna cut loose next, but go ahead and go over, see what Pitchfork's up to.
Okay, Pitchfork.
Yeah, I'm going to train because I just need one more playbook XP and then I get another ability. So, I think narratively though, I don't think she was ready to talk about any of this. And, like having that conversation with Tower, going up on the space elevator, it wasn't. I don't know. I think it was too much. Like she bars the barn door, like, and just I don't think hangs out in there, but like keeps herself busy. It's like drills inside, like in the barn, but like tries to not see anyone for a little bit, and like just trains.
Is that training just like PT, or is there like a martial component to it?
Okay, so I think part of it comes from like, oh, if I had been, better able to handle the people that were in the hangar, then I wouldn't have needed to use the stim pack. And I mean, the ability I want to take is Mule, so I think like she's doing a lot of like weighted training, body weights and like full armor, like exercises and things like that.
Like full kit laps kind of thing, and like So do we just get this like montage basically of Keiko doing like an intense like CrossFit routine, but like in the whole like the whole time she's just wearing like the 40 pounds of like body armor and like with an assault rifle and like grenades and like her knives and all the other supplies that a soldier in full kit would be carrying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. That's a good image and is 100% out of the first episode of Generation Kill just about. Yeah, there's a character in that named Rudy, and the introduction to him is him like just doing this crazy PT regime in like gas mask and with full kit.
There it is.
Yeah. Also, something that's kind of cool is that the actor who plays Rudy is actually Rudy because Generation Kill is based on a real is based on real world events. And so the actor playing Rudy is Rudy from the book Generation Kill.
Oh my god.
So anyways, off of that tangent. So that's everyone doing their free downtime activity. Does anyone want to spend cash to do another one? Obviously, Demon, you do to cut loose.
Oh yeah.
How much playbook XP does training give you?
It gives you 1 unless y'all have the upgrade, but you don't. You have the resolve training upgrade. So that would
Okay, I'm gonna wait on that then.
that would give you 2 XP if you trained resolve.
No, I'm gonna wait on it because I'm two away, and I'll probably just wait until the next mission.
Okay. So, everyone else think about if you want to spend any downtime, additional downtime activities via cash. And Demon, we will have you cut loose.
Okay.
So spend that cash and figure out who you want to spend time with.
I think I want to spend time with Tower.
Oh shit! Hi.
Hi. What is Tower usually up to?
I think they do a lot of reading. Like I mentioned on the last episode, that they've got their own little sort of library that they've been building up in like the basement. So I think they're just sort of hanging out in there most of the time.
Sure.
Sorry to interrupt, but I have a question about that library. It sounds like it's paper books. And I think that a lot of media is like in electronic format, so I'm curious as to where Tower gets the books from.
I don't necessarily think they're good books, for one thing. I think I like the idea of them just sort of going through like old ruined areas and finding like old burnt out like libraries or just people's houses and finding like shitty like essentially just pulp novels, but I think they really like reading on paper, so they've been sort of accumulating a collection of books.
Is that preference for paper like because it's an interesting and new experience, or is that like an old habit from when they worked with rich people?
I think it's an old habit from when they worked with rich people, but also I think because so many books are on like computers and things, they're very, very cautious with anything that might have on it.
Sorry, might have what?
That might have cameras on them.
Ah, I see.
And I think that contributes to it. I think they're very nervous around any kind of stuff with that, so they don't really use non. But also, it's just like, rich people.
Okay. All right, back to you, Demon. Sorry for that interruption.
No, that's fine. Yeah, so I think I find them down in the basement, and I guess like I bring down a cup of hot coffee and set it down next to them. I'm like, you doing okay?
You know, that last mission was a time and a half, but yeah, I'm all right. You okay? I didn't really get a full catch up on what happened with you guys. Anything real bad go down? I know you got like interrogated. I don't really know the full picture.
I have a seat. Like, are there chairs down here? I take it, or
Yeah.
all right, yeah. So like I have a seat across from you, and you know, I fold my hands and I'm just like, well, the I think Spade saved a lot of lives.
Oh.
Yeah, we
That's always the goal.
they were smuggling explosives in the corpses, and
Fuck.
I tried to stop them.
Um,
That was kind of a mess. If
yeah, it would be.
if Ko hadn't been there with Ravi, I don't know. Things might have gone a lot differently. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure you've seen him out there, but Hopper's kind of a wreck right now.
Yeah, that doesn't look good. If there's a way I can help with it, let me know. I don't exactly have a lot of skill with
That's
either piloting or repairing hobbies, but you know, I might be able to help.
that's fine.
Even just getting coffee and holding tools and all that.
Yeah. Everything okay with Keiko?
Not sure. I don't know. That whole last run was really rough on her, and I honestly think she just needs time. It was probably not the best judgment to press it so soon after it had happened.
Well,
I think she just needs a break, honestly.
sometimes you gotta be there for people, even when they don't feel like they need it.
I guess. I'm questioning my judgment after the fact. You know.
You did the best you could.
I mean, yeah, but the best I could wasn't exactly enough in this case.
What was that? Your audio faded out?
Oh, fuck.
No. The best I could wasn't good enough in this case? What was it?
Yeah, people still died, and that's on me. And I gotta make it right. You know?
Look, I don't really do this on the clock, so to speak, anymore, but old habits die hard. If there's ever anything you need to get off your chest, you can always tell me.
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
No worries.
And the same goes for you, although I don't exactly have the professional experience. You hear a lot of stuff tending bars, but it's probably not of the same sort of vein as what you've got going.
Yeah. No. You know. Takes all kinds. People always need an ear.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
I almost forgot. And I like reach into. I'm basically like wearing. Like Hera tends to wear like formal dress whenever he's around. So, but he like reaches into his like essentially like a peacoat type deal, and he pulls out like a little bag and he sets it down next to the coffee, and it's like, you know, it smells faintly of chicken nuggets.
Damn it. God damn it.
What kind of chicken nuggets?
Like the actual good kind from the non-gentrifying place.
Yes.
Fair. Fair.
But
I don't need to be
think,
called out like this.
I think he pats them on the shoulder, and he's just like, "Hang in there.
Thanks for the nugs.
We're all in this together." And then I wander away.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool. And then I'm going to roll 1 die, I guess.
You could spend personnel for additional dice.
Oh, hell yeah. We're going to spend another die.
You spent 1 cash on chicken nuggets.
I did. Yeah, that's how I... Yes. Alright, so I'm spending... Did someone already mark the personnel off for that, or...?
No, you're spending
Okay.
it, so you should do it probably.
Okay, that's I was just making sure that my numbers were right. Cool. I'm gonna roll 2 dice and get 2 ones, and it's gonna be great.
I believe in you.
Hey,
My roll
Six.
20 isn't working, so I can't see, but
there's a 6.
I believe.
Rolling 2d6, I cry. Yeah, so 6 stress removed. Well done.
Fantastic. All right.
What's that put you at?
2.
That's
I will
a,
accept this.
Oh god, you were at an 8?
Yeah, I went through a
Oh,
lot.
jeez.
I sort of almost got killed in an APC.
Fair.
It's-
honestly,
Fair.
this downtime has gone very well for y'all in terms of rolls.
Yeah. We need something.
So if you could put some thought towards what your new belief regarding Tower is, that would be appreciated.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
does anyone else want to do any downtime activities by spending cash while we're here?
I would.
Okay, what you doing?
Is it possible to continue someone else's project? Because I remember Tower started a
Yeah.
retrieval in the Broken Bank, and I would like to.
Yeah. That
on
needs
that.
6 more ticks. So I could help with that if you want as
Hmm.
well.
Hmm.
Like, I'd be willing to spend that.
Hmm.
It could potentially be a case of, like, I'll do it and then you give me increased effect.
Well, yes, definitely. If both of you go, you'll get a +1 die. Whoever's doing the rolling. But I think since it is Tower's project, I think that they'll have to do it, and then Spade can assist. I mean, obviously, you're both. Either way, it's going to be one of you spending 1 cash, and then the other one providing +1 die.
Mm.
It's just sort of like
Yeah.
what the base roll is. But I think since it's Tower's project, we should go with them being the primary on this.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I'm down with spending that then.
Cool. And I'll assist. And this is probably more. Oh no. I didn't hear what you
yeah.
said.
Roll 20 was just being shitty.
Oh, cool.
Just wouldn't do anything.
So, how are you going to try and retrieve the bodies in the broken bank?
We could just make a field trip of it, right?
Yeah, like
The magpie out and.
yeah. I think it's not something that has to be complicated.
Yeah, you're just gonna go and find bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think just sort of make a project of finding and trying to identify people.
Okay.
Just using the magpie for what it was built for. So.
All right.
Yeah.
What are you gonna?
Searching, digging, and stuff.
So,
Yeah, I think that's
Tower, what are you rolling?
what would the roll be for this?
What do you think it would be?
I could see it being I mean, I'm not good at study, so I'm really not sure. If we're doing this in an OVI, it could be analyze or scan.
Yeah, you can do those if you're
Probably
taking
analyze.
your Avi with you.
But I've only got one die in analyze.
Well, you have plus
Um,
1 die from Spade accompanying you.
Yeah. Is there a way I could get one more?
Uh,
Or
I
no,
mean,
I'll
this.
just take 2.
Yeah, well, you can. This being a long-term project, you can spend personnel points for additional dice.
How many personnel points do we have left?
2.
Then no.
That was feel free. Yes.
No, because we need them to go up in rep or in tier.
Oh, okay.
Well, to be with your patron faction, you're guaranteed 2 personnel points for
Okay, I'll
every
spend one.
mission. Assuming your next mission is for the Celestial Myriad.
Also,
I'll
do
just
you-
spend one. It's okay.
Do we mark the airfield point yet, or no?
I think it's marked on the sheet.
I don't know if we got the airfield supply.
Yeah,
Because I don't remember deciding what point that was.
I don't think it's a huge issue right now
Yeah, yeah.
because we have the resources. But yeah, we'll go back and figure that out later.
You can just take the 1 point. It's fine. I don't think we
Oh.
covered it because it was supposed to be at the beginning of downtime activities, and we sort of just went right into them.
Do we just want more personnel at this point?
Yeah, I was gonna say just put that there and then.
Okay. Yeah. So just use the airfield point. The person drops out of the sky to help you.
So I'm rolling 3d6 currently.
Sounds good.
Hey, that's a 6.
Nice. So that is 3 more points into your clock.
But does that increase because I've also got accompaniment for it and I'm getting help with it?
No, that is why you have that gave you an extra
Okay,
die.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Which I believe
Okay.
puts you at one tick away from completing your project.
No, it's an 8 tick.
No, it says 6. On
Oh, is it? Okay. I thought that was how many more I needed.
Ah,
But yeah, then I'm 1 away. Okay.
do you want to spend another personnel to complete the project?
How do y'all feel about that?
Good with it.
Yeah. I mean, may as well wrap it up.
Yeah, okay. I'll do that.
Okay. So, I already know what that's going to give you. Unless you had something specific in mind that you wanted out of this?
Nope.
Okay. So
I was just doing it as a matter of like wanting to finish the job.
Yep. And this was for the March of Saints, and you were specifically fine. So, I think this concludes your earlier downtime role for this project was sort of you planning out this excursion, and then now you're actually going through with it with Spade's assistance, specifically looking for the body of Saint Gertrude, whose body was not in her Avi when you did that first mission. And so, you find her, and you return her to the March of Saints. And when they receive her, they are grateful to have her back, but y'all have, if I recall correctly, a negative relationship with them because of Spade's rival.
Okay.
Yes. So you get her back, and they're cold. However, word gets out that y'all got back the body of a saint back to where it belongs. You retrieved a body of a saint from, like, not quite a war zone, but certainly not a safe space. and you didn't have to do that. You weren't paid to do this. You went out of your way to do this. And so, this is going to count as a gift to the Celestial Myriad. And, in fact, it's going to give you enough trust and be a gift to fix your relationship with the faction, with your patron faction. So you are now back at zero relationship with the Myriad and 0 trust with them. So, the higher-ups are very glad that St. Gertrude's corpse was returned and could be interred. The March of Saints, less impressed, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah, fair.
So that'll help your yes, that will help your entanglements going forward, and it will also help your supply roll for your patron faction going forward.
Okay.
Is there any other downtime activities that people want to do?
I have one last one I would like to take.
Okay, what's that?
I need to fix.
Oh, yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, yeah. Burned out, level 3 damage. Structural damage, level 2. Dented, level 1. Grazed, level 1.
Oh,
Yeah.
baby.
A lot.
can I drag you along for this, Spade?
Absolutely.
Awesome. I think I just like waltz into wherever Spade is, and I toss a wrench at Core. It's like cat, not like I don't like throw it at but I was just like
You like underhand it.
It's been a few years since I've needed to do something like this. I could use a hand. Okay, so I'm gonna spend 1 material, and with the assistance, I'm going to roll 2 dice to see what happens.
Okay.
Let me mark the material. So that clears the one that we would lose. 2d6.
Hey,
Ooh, we've been rolling really well.
that's a
Yeah.
6.
Awesome. So that's 3 ticks. I'm going to spend another material to increase that to 5 ticks.
Go for it.
That is fair.
Yeah.
So, with completing your repair project clock, which was 4 ticks, that gets rid of dented and grazed.
Yeah.
What does structural damage become as it becomes a level 1 damage?
Hull damage, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. And what does burned out become as it becomes level 2?
Smells of smoke.
Fitting, since it's already got the smoking character.
Yes, it does. Cool, and that's good for me for now. And I take the plus. I still take 1 rollover, right?
Yes, you do.
But if I get damaged, then
It
reset.
resets, yeah.
Okay, I'll take the 1 anyways. All right, yeah, that's good for me. That next, it's not perfect, but yeah, it gets Hopper back on his feet. So
It's a heck of a lot better.
yeah.
So, any other downtime activities?
Yes. I want to start a project.
The way you said yes was very sinister.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay, so what's the project?
So I was thinking, sort of pie in the sky of, like, putting the Doctor Is In station, in the Broken Bank to help sort of, clear up and repair and return some of the rogue AI there. But also, Spade is not a computers person, so that's probably going to take forever and also not be very effective. That's me talking myself out of it, but I will hear.
So are you sort of setting up like a proxy free zone, like an outpost kind of, that doesn't have to move? Is that...
Yeah, well, it's not a proxy free zone, it's a proxy focused zone.
But like,
that is,
but like one where the proxies aren't a threat? Is that...
yeah. Yeah. Like, setting it up so that, like, all the malware that they're carrying around can get cleaned up, and the ones who can be retrieved and returned, or who want to be retrieved and returned, can do that.
Okay. And so what's your goal is to purify some of the proxies and apps. That's my sense. Is that correct?
Yeah. Not a huge fan of that terminology, but yeah.
Okay.
It's like a
Yeah.
just like a health clinic, but for
Digital residents.
Like getting rid of malware.
Debugging. Debugging.
exactly.
Yeah. Let me think about this. Well, okay, I guess the question is are you trying to tend to like just a chunk of the population, or as like a one-time thing with this project, or are you like trying to set up a permanent establishment?
Yeah, I think I'd like it to be ongoing. Yeah.
Okay, so set up like a, well, like you said, a clinic basically,
Yeah.
but one that is going to stick around ideally.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think that this is going to have to be a multi-part project,
Sure.
because first you're going to have to make a space that is safe within the broken bank, and then you're going to have to make a, like, I guess sort of spread the word amongst the proxies, which is difficult since they're all rampant.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to be 2 clocks. You can have both ongoing at the same time if you want, but that'll require 2 downtime activities to activate both, or you could just do one and then the other. And making a safe space in the broken bank is definitely going to be an 8 tick. I think the follow-up of spreading the word might be less, but this first part is definitely going to be difficult.
Okay. Can I ask for help from Tower, because they have a friend who runs a bar in the Broken Bank, and
Yeet.
they probably know something about doing that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll spend 2 to get both clocks going. I'm all right with that.
Okay. Let me just think. Spreading the word amongst rampant proxies. Yeah, I think that could probably be a 6. Okay, so okay. So, what do you want to roll for clearing a safe space in the broken bank?
What do I want to roll?
Struggle.
Well, I was thinking,
To be clear, the threats in the broken bank include criminals, terrorists, freedom fighters, rampant proxies, rampant apps, structural damage, tetanus. Like there's no shortage of threats in the broken bank. So really, just about any action could probably do the trick.
Sure.
It's just sort of what form do you want this to take?
I think step one is just scanning, like picking a spot that
Yeah.
is a good balance of traffic and also,
Not falling
out of
apart.
the way. Yeah, exactly. So that's a scan. I'll roll what? 2d6 plus raise help. How does that work?
That's just an
No,
extra
just-
die.
Okay, so that's 3d6. 3d6.
Get a crit.
Well,
5.
That's-
So that
Jesus
Wow.
Christ.
so that is 2.
Does that count as like a mini crit?
No. You get
It was 3 5s.
you get more consequences. So that is 2 ticks.
hooray. Is that for both things, or should I roll twice?
That's for clearing a safe space in the Broken Bank.
Okay.
And I don't know what you want to do to spread the word of the clinic amongst the Broken Bank's proxy, but that's probably a different action, right?
Different, yeah.
And isn't that also like part 2 of the project?
Well,
Or-
they
Yeah.
can be done concurrently. I don't think that you can sort of be like coming soon to a abandoned building near you.
Beautiful.
I'm okay. I'm gonna argue for manipulate. And my argument is tactically flyering. Just putting signage in places and being like coming soon.
Guerrilla marketing.
Sticking it on people's foreheads.
My argument.
Hmm.
So is that
See, my concern is that you are trying to spread the word amongst proxies, though, not amongst normal people. So I'm not sure if, like, flyering with physical flyers is the way to go.
okay?
That's the thing.
I mean, what if you're placing like little, like almost like tiny radios that are just broadcasting a signal? And it could be a similar technique.
I'm into that. What
Um,
is that?
What if you
I
pick up a
think-
bunch of babies from their carriages? Like I don't know, that's what the example says, and I love it.
Oh, for manipulate?
Yeah, you might pick up a baby in its carriage.
An app, baby.
uh,
Do babies have apps?
I mean, some babies in the real world have Facebook.
Fair.
Yeah, okay, I'll allow that. You're sort of strategically placing these like miniature transmitters to, I guess, digitally spread the word.
Cool.
Putting up AR billboards around the Broken Bank.
So I'm just gonna roll 2d6. Oh, baby. Well, that's a 4.
That's a 4.
Well-
That is 2 more into your clock.
I'm not extremely good at this, but that's okay.
So. There you go. I've marked off the the ticks that you've completed for your 2 projects.
Mm.
So. All right.
That's me.
Yeah. Anyone else have any cash that they want to spend? No? Okay.
Vow of poverty.
Yeah, vow of poverty. Is it a vow of poverty if you just like don't have liquid assets and instead just, have wealth elsewhere?
I have no wealth at all.
Ah.
Well, I guess I do have a giant robot, so
Yeah, I don't know what you're gonna get if you try and pawn Hopper at this point with the character.
No. You can try.
Beats walking.
Okay, so with that, we're gonna do the end of session stuff, which is good timing since it's almost 9. So, Check the squad's XP goals and mark 1 XP for each item that occurred.
I feel we get 2 XP for the very last one.
Express
Yeah.
the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the squad.
Yeah.
Yeah, you returned a body, and you also, well, returned bodies, but just one of note. And you are trying to set up a proxy clinic. So yeah, I think that's 2 XP for the squad.
Feelings.
Which, this should probably be back at 0, right? The crew XP?
Oh,
Unless did we go over?
Well, yeah, because you leveled up and then you got the 2 upgrades. And
I just think, I thought there was overflow.
Yeah, I thought we had some
oh,
overflow.
was there?
I
Yeah.
think that's what those 3 were.
Okay, I think that was actually. Yeah, there we go. I think that.
Oh, were we at like 5? Or ooh, I don't know if there's that much
No,
overflow.
we were at 3, right?
Oh, okay.
and I added the 2 to account for.
Oh,
I just
okay. All right, that makes more sense.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so you express the goals, drives, inner conflict. Did you face off against challenges above your pay grade? Not this time. No missions this time. Bolster your squad's reputation or develop a new one? What's your reputation? Merciful. Did you do that?
I mean, I would say so with the whole body thing.
I'd argue that, yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you the 1 for that. Did you acquire product supply, execute clandestine covert sales, or secure a new clientele?
No.
Getting meds from the ship was mostly color. I don't know that it actually happened.
Yeah, no, I don't think that gave you. I mean,
Mechanically.
yeah, your product supply also is bodies.
So we did acquire some bodies.
Akuma, did you say something?
Oh no, I was just saying like when that project is done, we worked on securing new clientele, but we didn't do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel the bodies definitely matters, but I feel it's either for bolster reputation or for acquire product supply. Like I don't think we can double dip on
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Also, what it means by product supply is like you have a regular source.
Yeah.
So.
Which is a bad thing to have.
Started a war.
I mean, well, I mean that could be a matter of being like, you know, I'm not even sure what that would be. Like, if you get if you found out that like someone was experimenting on people and there was a lot of corpses out of that, and you were like, hey, we can take those off your hand. That would be acquiring a product supply, as dark
That
as it
also
is.
definitely-
What's up?
The reaction to that we would definitely have. And, yep.
Okay, so no XP, no
Yep.
further crew XP. All right. Tower, your XP. Did you address a challenge with stealth or evasion? I don't think so.
Really? No.
No. Did you express your history, tragedy, or opening?
Not a lot.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't think so either. Did you struggle with your beliefs, trauma, or character?
I don't know that I mean, I think my beliefs changed, but I don't know that I struggled with them.
Yes, your beliefs definitely did change. Speaking of which, did you think of a belief for...
I don't have
Pitchfork?
anything yet.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm really bad at coming up with beliefs.
That's fair. They can be tricky. You might want to have a look at the beliefs section in the
Yeah.
rulebook.
In every game I play, it takes me like 3 hours to come up with beliefs.
That's fine. We don't need them right away. Just remember that that's something you have to add. Okay, so no new XP for Tower. It's kind of expected since this session was just downtime, but I figure it's a good idea to go over everyone's XP. Demon, did you address a challenge with calculation or conspiracy?
Not at all.
Did you
Wait. No, it's a long-term project. No.
Did you express your history, tragedy, or opening?
Yes, I am a priest. I do priestly things.
Yeah, okay.
I talk to people and have them confide in me and assure them that it will be okay.
It's pretty phenomenal that our chaplain is also the information officer.
Yeah, you can
That's
trust
fine.
me. It's fine. I did not score beliefs, trauma, or character. Yeah, no. So I just got the one.
Yep.
I think.
Okay. Spade. Did you address a challenge with technical skill or mayhem?
Not especially,
No.
other than yelling at people on the phone.
Did you express your history, tragedy, or opening?
Yeah. I feel like going and hanging out with Dr. Cenotaph is part of that.
Yeah, that's definitely your opening. And did you struggle with your beliefs, trauma, or character?
Does adding to my beliefs with Keiko count for that?
No, because this is about struggling with your beliefs.
Right.
And did you think of a new belief for Keiko? If you don't have one yet,
really.
that's okay. Put some thought into it. Have a look at the beliefs section. All right. And Pitchfork. Did you address a challenge with piloting or violence?
Nope.
Nope. Did you express your history, tragedy, or opening?
Definitely opening, sort of history.
Ooh.
Actually, I think because of like getting the barn into workshop shape and like using Bert to clear out the airfield or whatever would have happened.
Okay. Wait, is Bert's shield just like a plow that's been like modified?
Oh my god. Yes.
That's cool.
Plowshares into swords?
God. Oh.
Yes.
Extremely good.
Oof.
Yeah, okay, so take an XP for that. Did you struggle with your beliefs, trauma, or character?
No.
No. Okay. Yeah, didn't expect a whole lot of XP to come out of this. All right.
Well, I mean, I think you dealt with some stuff with trauma.
But did you struggle with your being haunted?
That's fair.
Yeah, that didn't really come up.
Yeah. Okay. So the last questions are: ask the pilots the following questions to direct what the next mission will be. First, is your aim to seize a claim, hurt the target, aid yourselves, or aid another squad? Which what sort of topic do you want for your next mission?
I think we should. I personally think because we can probably stand to try and end our vendetta.
That would be nice.
Yeah, and so I think aid ourselves.
Okay.
Because I don't think we have the firepower to just waltz in there and deal with them. But I think that if we play to the fact that they're scattered, and or we try and like hook them up with some equipment that they might not necessarily have access to, that can get us in on better terms with them and end the vendetta.
So it sounds then like you want to target a specific squad, being the raccoons?
Yeah, though that's kind of weird because then we like take trust hits with them for like doing stuff for them, or like I don't know.
No, not being employed by
Oh.
them, but like hitting, attacking them in some form.
Okay, I mean, we do have two ways to end this. One being to destroy the raccoons, and the other to like try and find an armistice of some kind.
Right.
Common ground with them.
And that's what I'm thinking. Like we angle towards.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So like I mean, in a sense, they're our target, but not like
You want them more as your employer in hopes of getting rid of this vendetta.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah, so I think I will probably end up hitting someone else because that's how it works, right? Yeah, so
Yeah, okay. So
we take what they have to benefit the raccoons,
okay.
which in turn benefits us.
So is there a specific area you want to target? Like a particular region or
Well, so they're centered in their bases in Fort Jovenel, but their operations are across that territory and also in Journey City.
Yeah, they're technically out of Fort Jovenel, but yeah, their operations are sort of entirely like along the border and along like in this area, and they probably also have some operations up against the Exodus Republic Incorporated and whoever they've got going on up in the north. It's basically they are bullies and scavengers. So they're picking on whoever they can to get supplies. So if you don't have a specific area that you want to work with, that's fine.
Yeah, I can't think of anything particular.
Okay.
I would like to see some of the Norse autonomous region. Or some
Yeah.
Norse squads, just because we haven't touched on them like at all, besides the initial Lady Elrith thing.
Yeah.
True.
Well,
Yeah, I mean,
so to be clear, part of the reason of that is because Lady Elrith, I believe, is the only squad that you currently have a status with in Nor. Yeah. And so like if you guys want to go for that, that's fine, but I want to let you know my reasoning as GM as like a potential opposition to that idea is that if we spread out with too many squads, it'll cause the campaign to lose some focus. So I'm not saying we can't do that. If you guys are very interested in doing that, we absolutely can. But hitting like either another squad within the DFS or the Autocracy or the Celestial Myriad would keep things focused. Unless you like. Sorry, go ahead.
What if we go to Fort Jovenel? Like, we have probably an inn. Like, we have reasons to be there, and we can pursue like some sort of initially less violent mission. Yeah.
Initially, thanks for the vote of confidence.
So a job for the raccoons involving Fort Jovenel.
Yeah. Or, yeah, something in that area.
Something in Fort Jovenel for the raccoons. Okay. Is there a specific resource you want to acquire?
I don't know. I don't think so on my end.
No is fine.
Just the normal, the usual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just doing the job.
Okay. Well, I mean, to be clear, y'all are trying to make friends with the raccoons, right? To try and make peace with them.
Yeah.
So they probably aren't interested in corpses. So,
That's fair.
all right. So if you don't have any ideas, I'll figure out what they want from you.
Yeah, I mean, they don't want the corpses, but they probably wouldn't mind the mechs around them.
Yeah, what if we steal some mechs? Or what if we steal, like, some plans or something like that?
Yeah, or information.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, especially since you want to target Fort Jovenel.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a researcher and an infiltrator. You know, it's like, why not?
Okay.
Let's not tout the researcher's abilities here.
So, are you targeting a squad weaker, stronger, or about the same as you? You're tier 0.
Stronger.
So, But like,
Stronger.
do you?
About the same.
I mean, we could say about the same and say like the Hyenas and the Exiled Academy are both tier 1, which is about the same, or stronger could be the Society for Wider Understanding, the Wolf Pack, or the Herd, which are 2, 2, and 3.
Not bad.
Ooh, I would love to tangle with the Society for Wider Understanding.
Does anyone have any thoughts on that?
Nope, not right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not tied to it, but yeah.
We'll manage.
So there.
Yeah, I think we'll find something. Whatever works. Whatever works. I'd rather not target the hyenas, but that might also be interesting. I don't know.
Okay. All right, and already asked if it's specific faction or squad. Okay, so that is the end of session questions done for helping my planning for the next mission, which is deal with the raccoons by doing a job for them, something in Fort Jovenel, interest in possibly targeting the Society for Wider Understanding. Okay, I'm so glad that I put these rules in, which I realize is patting myself on the back and is definitely some humble brag going on. But like even just reading that sentence aloud is already like bringing ideas to my head as to what this mission could be. So I'm you know, well done, Austin.
Hey, take it when you can get it.
Yeah. Okay. So that is the mission, and that is downtime. That is downtime completed. So, joining me today is Sean.
Hi, everybody. I've been Sean. You can find me on Twitter at Hyena Spots with a Z. I paint, it's a P word. I paint miniatures and post photos. I also do some role playing around the internet elsewhere as well. I've done it in a few places, so you can check it out on Twitter. I post when I'm doing stuff. Come check it out.
Thank you. And Ray.
Hey, I have been Ray. I don't know if I am any longer Ray, but we'll see next time. You know, existentialism and all that. Find me at Ray the Gay on Twitter. I'm also very tired. I'm sorry.
That's fine. And Sasha.
I'm Sasha. You can find me on Twitter at Sasha_Renault, and you can follow my game design stuff at tcabbage.
Thank you. And Takuma.
I'm on Twitter at Takuma_Okada_, and there's stuff there.
Also tired.
Music.
All right. Well, I'm Austin Ramsey. I'm the creator of Saber, and I've been your GM for this evening. You can find me on Twitter at NotAnIn, and as always, this stream is presented by You Don't Meet in an Inn, an actual play podcast about exploring obscure tabletop role-playing games with a diverse rotating cast. This past weekend, we put out our first episode of Stories from the Grave, which is a 2-player horror game inspired by Tales from the Crypt. So go check that out. We had fun with it. What else? This has been Saber that we have been playing, version 0.25. I believe the information for that can be found in the channel's description below. And if it isn't, you can always contact me on Twitter at NotAnIn, as I mentioned. I'll be happy to provide you with that information. So, thank you so much for joining us for this downtime-filled activity phase. And remember, fight the war, not the soldiers. Have a good evening.